Hey there everybody, I'm Jackie and this is Casually Quilled. Hey there everybody. Today I would like to start the video by saying thank you to everyone. I'm at 25 subscribers and that's very exciting for me. So I want to thank everyone who has joined and for being patient with me because of my poor silly neck problems, but leaning forward at all can be kind of tough, so sometimes recording is a challenge. I think it's finally starting to get better, so fingers crossed. What we're going to do today though is I am going to go over all of my Jinhao pens, and there is a few. So let's just dive right into this. I'm going to bring over my little case here so you can kind of get a sneak peek of them all, but we'll go over each one. So we've already kind of seen this one. This is one of my first pens and this is my first Jinhao. Sadly it is cracking, so I may have to get a new one, but this is, whoops, let's see, you show the crack. But this one, probably actually still my favorite. I really like the color of this one. This one is an EF, and all of these come with a converter. I've got all of these for about $9. I have a lot of 82s, a lot of them, and I want more. So that's the first one. I'm gonna try to leave them in order down here. The next one I got is the Peacock, which is this guy right here. It's kind of almost makes me think of the night sky, kind of a dark teal color, and this one is a fine, so I decided to try one that was a little bigger. As you can see, I have mixed this one with another pen because you can Frankenstein the crap out of these. These come together at every part, here, the clip, the band. My brain's gonna die because I just woke up, so I can't currently think what this is called. The barrel and the, oh my goodness, my brain is not working, the end. And each of the bands can also be changed. The nib can, but they're all pretty much the same that way, so there's really not much point in changing that. And then each and every one of these does come with a converter. The grip, that's what that's called, the grip. Also, you probably could eyedropper these, but I don't. Just the only ones I really eyedropper are my preppies. I do use like shimmer and everything in these though. In fact, I'm actually kind of big on using these with shimmers. I think they work really nicely. So we're going to do that one next. So this is its other half. As you can see, I've got the peacock blue on the two ends. And then it's kind of, this color's kind of hard to describe. It's not really purple and it's not really blue. I'd probably call it like maybe a periwinkle. I honestly can't even remember if this one is listed as blue or purple. I think it's blue. Yeah, this one's got to be my light blue. And I do only have the translucent bodies. I tend to just like the translucency more than I do the solid ones. There's just something, I like the way, there's just something about that material. I just like being able to see through it a little bit. And you can kind of see through just a tiny bit. Not enough to really see anything, but like I can see the converter in there. So that one is an EF. And then the next few I actually got in a set. So I'm going to do all of them at once. So these two I got together, and as you can see, I did Frankenstein them together just a little bit. I haven't done anything wild, or as I get more I'll probably mix different ones, but these are my spring or my Easter pens. So this is my kind of lime green color, and then this one is my purple. That's how I knew that this one was blue. You can see they run fairly close to each other. So that's these two. And I call these my Easter because they're like my Easter colors. I always love them out around Easter time. So, oh, my band has gotten off. So this is the problem sometimes with mixing them, is once you unscrew them, they don't always want to stay attached. Which is how I think I cracked the other one, was screwing down on it a little too hard. So I am going to go a little extra here, and then I can show you how I fix these, because it drives me nuts when they don't match. So if you loosen it just a little, you can spin that and then tighten it back, and now we're more, still not fully straight on, but more so. It won't drive me as crazy. So, and then here's the green body. Yeah, all I really did with that one was change the top or the bottom, and then the top. So like this one's the bottom, this one's, oh, and the top. I was thinking for some reason I only did the bottom. And the caps. So yep, these two, like I said, I bought in a set together, which is why I specifically put them Frankenstein together. So the next one is not in a set. This is my newest one of the 82s. Still kind of loving this one. That billowing blush in this one goes so well together. Oh, see, we're loose again. I don't know how on that one. I haven't played with this one at all. Wow, and it is not wanting to come to part either. Okay, this one might be a little more of a challenge. Let's see. There we go. Oh no, it looks like, so this pen might have actually broke. I don't know how or why. That's very depressing, actually. Yeah. I guess I will be buying a new one of these, because somehow that broke. I'm not really sure how. You can see down in there the rough edges from the top of this. That was not screwed on that tight. So I don't know what actually caused that. Okay, so I guess I don't have that one anymore. Put it on that side. Oh, and I don't think I showed, I don't remember if these were two different sizes. Nope, they're both EFs. Okay. And there's the purple barrel. Yeah, so I don't know what happened to my pink one. But again, these are like $8, $9, so I'm not like disappointed about it. I'll just get another pink one. This one was an F, which is why it worked a little better with the shimmers. But that is still sad. I liked that pen. So we'll just move on to the next one, or 3. So these ones came, I can't remember the price of the 2-pack, but my 3-pack came at $20 for all 3. It's like $19.98 or something like that. This is my Christmas set. So right now they are just all mixed together. This one is actually probably my least favorite. I just don't really love the white body and stuff, but I love this. This is very similar to the Peacock, except it's a dark green. It's got that glitter all in it, and I have mixed matched these. So here I don't mind it, but once I add the green, this one isn't my favorite. So as I get more, I'll probably shift the green out and just leave this one more white and red. But I still want the green in it for the Christmas aspect, and because I like the other two pens, I kind of just needed a cat. I think all these might be the same size as well. This one's a fine. This one has the white on the top and the bottom, the green body, and the red. I call this my Christmas tree. That's what it makes me think of. Well, I really thought we'd turn loose there. And that one I've got the white up here on. So this one's kind of funny because when I take the cap off, I don't like the body of this as well. I think I'm just not big on the green and the white together. And as you can see, this one is actually silver here because I took this from the white, which does have silver instead of the gold that the other two have for the clip and the, let's call them adornments, all the connector pieces. And this one's also a fine. So that's that one. And then the final one is my red and white with just a little bit of green accents. And of course it's got the silver adornments. You can see I used the red body here, so it's gold. And then the inside, this is the one I've used the most because I like this pairing the best. The red and white is what really made me get this set. I love those two together, but I wanted the green for that Christmas edge. So if this had the glitter, I think this would go so well together. But they haven't done a red with that yet, at least not that I've ever found. But you can see I've added the green to the end. You can see that it's fine. Don't know that I showed the nibs that well, so we'll bring that one up to kind of peek at. But love this body. Like I said, this is the one I've used probably the most. But it just depends on my mood and what color I'm putting in it, which around that time is pretty much red because most of my dark greens are sparkly and not dark green. Until now. I do have a dark green now at Moss Park. But, so those are those three together. Oh, and they're gonna roll. But that's my Christmas set. And this is the order I keep them in my little case over there, except my pink usually falls in right there, which I'll be leaving a hole for that again. Kind of gives me a little bit of a color gradient, but it's also mostly in the order I got the pens, with the exception of the pink, which is also the first that fully broke. Kind of crazy. Okay, and then my Jinhao shark is actually still in use, so it's put away, so I won't be showing that one in this collection, but I just went over it in that other video, so you can see it there. And then the newest edition is still the Jinhao 10, my capless pen in the yellow and green gradient. I do have a video on this one as well in case it's your first time here, but this actually was a lie. This was not my newest because I got a new Jinhao 10 that we're gonna unbox today. On the other hand, we are not going to be filling this one today just because that's hard on my neck and shoulder, but I am gonna show it today. And just because I can't lean forward to write right now, all of my pens that I was using still have ink in them, which may be its own fun video because I haven't used them in probably close to 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So it'll be interesting to see which one's right and who's dried up and all that. That may be the next video. So, lo and behold, the new Jinhao 10. Let's get these guys all out of the shot here so we can kind of go over it. So this one is the lilac, and I will say it's a little more pink than I expected. It's not really very purple. It's definitely got more of a pink tone to it. Let's grab. I guess it kind of sits like a pinkish purple if we compare it with the others. But I still don't mind it, but I did expect it to be a little more on that purple side. Light purple. I guess I was expecting closer to almost like a lavender. And then it gradients all the way down to this white. I do still really like it. It's just a little different than I expected it would be. This one is an extra fine instead of a fine. Because the other one felt like it wrote a little too wide for me. Even though I was kind of looking for that, I want one that I can more write with consistently, which for me would be an EF. So I will say, after handling a bunch of these for the video, that the 10 is quite a bit heavier than its 82 counterpart, and they're a little bit longer. However, you can't post these where you can the 82s, which I go back and forth on if I like these posted. Sometimes I do, then it lasts for like 10 minutes and I take it off, and I go back and forth. But you can see about the length of that one actually probably ends up being pretty comparable once it's posted. So let's go ahead and click that there. Yeah, pretty much the same once it's actually posted. But these guys are definitely lighter, especially if you don't post them, so I can write with them for a little bit longer periods of time sometimes. But we're not going to in depth go over this because I did in the other one. I'm just kind of going to do a run through. Yep, you can see my EF there. This guy is all nice and set in there. Now we gotta line it back up. Oh, I'm being silly. Line it up on this side first. There we go. And that's it. They're very straightforward. And then we're set. To fill it, you do have to take it apart, but you can fill it from just this state. So just like this, just make sure you're getting almost all the way up the feed here, or you won't get the ink to pull up into it. This one I still find almost a little easier to just fill into the converter and then push in, but that can be a little bit messy, so I'll always do that. And then your little button there lines up with the little crevice here, and you just push down on the spring to connect it. And then of course the little bush nib. Let's see. Oh, the trap door on that one is really crooked. If you can see it. But yeah, we'll see if this one has a little bit more dry out like my other one did, even after treating it. But those are my two 10s. The gradients. I keep meaning to get the marble, but then they released all these new gradients, and I don't have a lot of these kind of lighter colors. I tend to do a lot of blues and greens and stuff, so I decided to try the lilac, but I'll probably get the blue gradient and the blue marble because those are the ones I love. I do really like this one because of how different it is. This one's actually fits in with my other Jinhaos pretty well. Actually, so does that one. Nope, I lied. This one's still more vibrant. Kind of pops different. But yeah, so that is my newest one, and when I can actually handle leaning over and writing more, we will fill it. I do have a couple of fun orders coming in, so we will probably be filling it when those come in. And yeah, we'll be doing those videos here hopefully very soon. I don't know when those shipments are due to arrive, so I'm hoping the next episode will be able to cover one of those. I think one's supposed to arrive on Monday, but I'm not sure. Okay, though, that is going to be everything for today. Here are all of the pens, kind of. See if we can get them in the shot together. There are all of my current Jinhaos. I'm sure I will end up with many, many more because they're cheap, they're fun, I love them, they all write pretty well. I have some dry out with this one, and we'll see about as we test that one. But I love all of them. Obviously, we had a break, we had a loss, my first full pen loss, but that's okay. I'll just replace that one. Like I said, benefit of cheap pens. I do buy all mine from Amazon, but that will be it for today. Thanks again, everyone, for helping us get to 25 subscribers, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.